Hello my friends and welcome back. Thank you very much for being with me again today. I made a video a minute ago regarding I say dangerous senator of South Carolina, Lindsey Graham, who claims and would like to introduce a bill that will authorize the use of US military force in Mexico to clean the house over there for the poor Mexicans who are so inept in doing so. Graham said that if they will not clean their house, we're gonna clean it for them. Like children, we can go in. He ignores the fact that Mexico is a sovereign independent country as Ukraine or United States of America, and is not better than either of these two that I mentioned. No problem, he doesn't give a damn. I'm talking about Graham. Watch that video, I explain over there what kind of weasel this guy is. Now, obviously, when United States of America, when they don't like a country's democratic outcome or the outcome of a certain kind of election, and if it's something that is not really pro being the US's vassal state, then they will try all kind of ways, not so democratic, to overthrow the government. You have many examples of this kind of incidents organized by CIA in South America, and not only. I don't have to go over them. If you don't know them, just 2-3 clicks and you're right there. The fact that they are not everywhere doesn't mean that they are not available still. We're not yet in George Orwell's 1984, destroying the past. So we control the present, therefore we control the future. So we have here burning, history. We still have, they let us access the information. A little bit harder, but we still have access. They allow us. So what happens here? For good reason, the president of Mexico, the Mexican of the Mexicans, says that this calls by the U.S. senators, they're senators, they're not like, crazies, that are irresponsible, and that nobody can intervene militarily in a sovereign country without being an invasion or a unprovoked aggression. But hey, if United States designates someone a terrorist in your country, and you can't solve that problem with that terrorist, United States, reserves their right to intervene militarily and take that person out, and in the process do whatever they feel like. If that's a national threat, security threat, they can do whatever they want, according to their doctrine. Yes, these good people. So this is exactly what Graham and another one, Crenshaw, they want to do. They want to designate certain kind of groups in Mexico as terrorist organizations. Then they say, well, those are a national security threat to us. Therefore, under our doctrine, we have to intervene. And we have the right to intervene. And we are going to you up. But that's only we can do. Nobody else can do that to us. Why? Because we are perfect, good, great, fantastic. All right? Everything is good in our house. Everything is good. We got so much diversity, inclusion, and equity. Everything is just fine. It's still systemic racism here, but hey, we're going to solve that. You know how? We're going to push a group out, and we're going to put everybody else in. Why? I don't know. They owe them some, I don't know. Don't ask questions. Equity. Are you with them or are you with me? I thought so. All right, so let's see what Mr. Obrador has to say. Obrador is not very fond of Biden or the United States of America, not because he doesn't like them, but he has balls, and he's thinking in terms of his country, as Biden should think in terms of his country, not Ukraine's interests, you know what I mean? So, Reuters, Mexico. President rejects, and I'm quoting, irresponsible calls for U.S. military action against cartels. Well, you see how it makes... So this makes it look like this president defends the cartels. Therefore, is a bad dude. This is how the title is. Mexico, irresponsible for calls, actions against cartels. Oh, who wouldn't want to act against the cartels? A good, decent person would like to act against the cartel. So Mexico president rejects help from the military to kill these guys. So he obviously is a bad dude. Good job, Reuters, but you're so shallow. Mexico City, Mexican President Andrés Manuel López Obrador on Thursday rebuffed calls from some U.S. lawmakers advocating military action in Mexico against drug cartels, describing the proposals as threat to Mexican sovereignty. Correct. Remember, drug cartels, why don't you go to Chicago and solve that drive-by shooting and all those gangs, and then you go to Mexico. How about that? Can you do that, American lawmakers? No, because we're perfect. And I'm quoting, "We are not going to permit any foreign government to intervene on our territory, much less that a government's armed forces intervene," end quote, López Obrador said during a regular news conference. The kidnapping of 4 Americans, 2 of whom were killed in a northern border state, intensified calls from Republican lawmakers in Washington to take a tougher line on organized crime. How about the United States? Oh no, it's perfect. Texas Republican, this is another idiot, I gotta tell you that. I liked him in the first, year when he appeared. This is the guy without an eye. And then I realized, no, you're part of the pristine Olympic swimming pool from Washington, D.C. That's not a swamp. It's a Olympic pristine swimming pool. That's what it is in Washington, D.C. So this guy lost everything, credibility. At least, my credibility for this guy. It's done. On Wednesday, released a message in Spanish on Twitter asking López Obrador why he opposes a proposal the congressman introduced in January authorizing military force targeting drug cartels in Mexico. What do you mean? Would you allow Mexican military to be authorized to enter in Chicago and clean the house for you? And if yes, okay then. But if no, then beat it. And I'm quoting, "In addition to being irresponsible, it is an offense to the people of Mexico. That's 100% certain." López Obrador said during the news conference, adding that Mexico, and I'm quoting, "does not take orders from anyone." Well, I hope not. Yeah, but these things are not done with logic or justice, not with who's strong. That's what it matters. I'm stronger than you. I beat you up and I make you say that I'm the good person too. Republican Senator Lindsey Graham, weasel, dangerous, on Monday said in a Fox News interview that it was time to put Mexico on notice. Oh, so the Russians are bad? No, we do it for the good and our national interest. But the Russians cannot have national interest. They cannot have, any threats of national interest, or national, sovereignty or independence or nothing like that. And advocated introducing legislation to classify some Mexican drug cartels as foreign terrorist groups, therefore being allowed to intervene militarily in the name of, as I said, national security threat. That's in the other articles that I used for the other video. The fatal kidnapping and backlash could complicate delicate efforts to foster closer collaboration between the U.S. and Mexico on immigration and the trafficking of drugs, particularly now ultra-lethal fentanyl. Now, this became now a problem because they need to kick Mexico's butt. So they're going to use this, now we have a problem. This has been around for some time and nobody give a damn. Now with the kidnapping and with this, it's a big trouble. We have to intervene and get rid of this guy. This is the prize. Once this guy is going and his government goes to hell because he's too independent, right? Nobody tells us what to do, correct? Once he's gone, Mexico does not take orders from anyone. What are you talking about? We're going to show you. After they overthrow this guy, right? Then they will take orders from us as is supposed to, because we're the good, okay? With the power of good. López Obrador said he would begin a public information campaign aimed at Mexicans in the United States about the Republican-led proposal. So he's going to tell them, hey, look what these guys are trying to do. If Republican lawmakers try to, and I'm quoting, use Mexico for their propagandist electoral and political purposes, we will make a call to not vote for that party, López Obrador. Well, by that time, you probably will be gone when these guys are going to take care of you. They're going to intervene over there and they will never leave. Remember, when the U.S. goes somewhere, it's very hard to get them out. You can mention Japan, you can mention the Philippines, you can mention South Korea, you can mention Europe as a whole, you can mention many countries. But this is the catch. They were asked to come to defend them against the evil because they're the force of good. Anything less than that assessment, you are bad. Okay? Got it? All right. Good job, Obrador, but you gotta make sure that you have a big security and you're in good relationship with your military, because things might happen if this is not only rhetoric. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth, and be just.